All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sanjay Mattu. The headlines. Voting begins for assembly elections in Delhi, elaborate security arrangements in place for free and fair poll. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to hold talks with Sri Lankan Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa in New Delhi today. Government asks all 12 major ports to create screening and quarantine facilities for disembarking passengers and crew to prevent spread of novel coronavirus. 3 persons arrested in Jammu and Kashmir in connection with grenade attack in Lal Chowk area of Srinagar. And in cricket, New Zealand were 48 for no loss against India in the second ODI at Auckland. Polling has begun for assembly elections in Delhi. The voting, which began at 8 a.m., will continue till 6 p.m. 672 candidates are in the fray for 70 seats. A maximum of 28 candidates are contesting from New Delhi constituency, while a minimum of 4 persons from the Patel Nagar seat. Over 1,47 lakh voters are eligible to exercise their franchise. Elaborate arrangements have been made to ensure free, fair and peaceful polling. The Delhi police has deployed 42,000 personnel, 190 companies of paramilitary forces and 19,000 home guards for security during the election process. Chief Electoral Officer of Delhi, Dr. Ranbir Singh said, the Election Commission has made all the necessary arrangements for the convenience of voters.
We have made all the arrangements. Many polling stations are model polling stations where a lot of decoration is also done, and all the facilities are provided in all the polling stations. Come and participate in the festival democracy and let everybody vote. Nobody should be left.
He said over 232,000 first-time voters will exercise their franchise today. The services of Delhi Metro began at 4 this morning to facilitate polling personnel and others to reach their destinations in time. Counting of votes will be taken up on Tuesday. And now we go over live to our correspondent Anand Chaturvedi. Good morning, Anand. An exciting day. People must be coming in to cast their votes. So what is the atmosphere like at the polling booth where you are?
Sanjay, good morning to the first State General Assembly elections of the 2020 decade. And polling has already begun for the Delhi Assembly election in around more than 13,000 polling booths in Delhi at the strike of 8 in the morning itself. I am standing at Kendriya Vidyalaya here in Gol Market, which is one of the polling station in New Delhi Assembly constituency. Delhi's current Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and Bharatiya Janata Party's Sunil Yadav and Romesh Sabharwal of Congress are considered to be the key contenders from this constituency. Sanjay, we did see the very high-octane election campaign for the Delhi elections, but the morning here is substantially cold because the temperature here is around 12 degrees and with the cool breeze. And today being a Saturday, people's turnaround at the polling booth is expected to increase perhaps with the growing sunlight.
Anand, can you tell us what are the preparations in place to ensure smooth and hassle-free voting for the voters?
Sanjay, at this polling station, around 30 police personnel and paramilitary forces are deployed to ensure free and fair adult franchise. And I also saw that polling officers are accepting digital voter slips this time that few of the voters have downloaded in their mobile phones from the Voter Helpline app. And this is something happening for the first time. Officials are scanning the QR codes either from the traditional paper voter slips or the digital ones, and that's how the voter participation in the election process is getting registered. And the Commission has also made very, very special arrangements for elderly and Divyang voters this time. Sanjay.
Thank you, Anand, for that update. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has appealed to the people to vote in large numbers in the Delhi Assembly elections. In a tweet, Mr. Modi specially urged young voters to exercise their franchise in record numbers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hold talks with his Sri Lankan counterpart Mahinda Rajapaksa in New Delhi today. The visiting dignitary will also call on President Ramnath Kovind. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will also call on the Sri Lankan Prime Minister. Mr. Rajapaksa arrived in New Delhi yesterday on a 5-day visit to India. Minister of State for Human Resources Development Sanjay Shamrao Dhotre received him at the airport. The Sri Lankan Prime Minister will be accorded a ceremonial reception at the forecourt of the Rashtrapati Bhavan. The visiting dignitary will also visit Rajghat to pay tributes to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. Prime Minister Rajapaksa is also scheduled to visit historic religious sites, including Varanasi, Sarnath, Bodh Gaya and Tirupati. This is the first visit of Mr. Rajapaksa abroad since he took over as Prime Minister. He is accompanied by a high-level delegation which includes ministers, MPs and top Sri Lankan officials. A host of issues will come up for discussion, including projects to be taken up under a fresh $450 million line of credit announced by India during President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's visit in November. A statement by Prime Minister Rajapaksa's office said the scheduled meetings will build on the strong relationship that already exists between the two countries. After the Bodo Peace Accord, the Assam government has appealed to the Alpha leader Paresh Barua to come for talks. Addressing the Bodo Peace Accord celebration rally at Kokrajhar yesterday, Assam Finance Minister and NEDA convener Himanta Biswa Sarma again appealed to all militant groups of the Northeast, particularly Paresh Barua, to shun violence. On several occasions, Mr. Sarma appealed to the Alpha chief to join the peace process. Mr. Sarma told AIR that the matter will be discussed with the Union Home Minister. Another faction of the outfit, led by Arvind Rajakhowa, has held several rounds of talks with the centre and the Assam government. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts. The government has directed all 12 major ports to create screening, detection and quarantine systems for disembarking seafarers and cruise passengers to prevent the spread of the novel coronavirus. Union Health Minister Harshvardhan said this in the Rajya Sabha yesterday. He said the government has also taken several other measures to control the risk of the novel coronavirus infection spreading to India. Meanwhile, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar tweeted that many Indian crew and some Indian passengers on board the cruise ship Diamond Princess were quarantined off Japan due to the coronavirus. He said none have tested positive as per the latest information provided by the Indian Embassy in Tokyo. Union Health Secretary Preeti Sudan said no new case has been detected in the country. The situation is under control and is being regularly monitored by the Prime Minister's office, the Health Minister and the Cabinet Secretary on a daily basis for updates, status of preparedness and action taken so far. Ms. Sudan chaired a video conference yesterday with the Health Secretaries of States and Union Territories along with senior officials from several ministries. The Kerala government has withdrawn the state calamity warning issued in the wake of the new coronavirus scare, as no new positive cases of infection have been detected over the last few days. State Health Minister K.K. Shailaja said of the 3,014 people under watch, 2,953 were home quarantined and 61 in hospitals due to minor symptoms of the virus. She told reporters that those who come from the affected areas will still have to report to health officials. The state had on February 3 declared the novel coronavirus epidemic as a state calamity, with a third student testing positive for the infection. All 3 positive coronavirus cases in the country so far, from Thrissur, Alappuzha and Kasaragod districts, are Keralite students, 2 of them medicos, of a university at Wuhan. The number of deaths from China's new coronavirus epidemic have jumped to 722, surpassing the toll from the SARS outbreak on the mainland and Hong Kong almost 2 decades ago. According to the Regional Health Commission, another 86 people died from the virus in central Hubei province, where the disease emerged in December. In its daily update, the Commission also confirmed another 3,399 new cases. There are now more than 34,598 confirmed infections across the country and 27,657 suspected cases of the disease. The United States has offered up to $100 million to China and other impacted countries to combat the fast-spreading coronavirus. Back home in the Kashmir Valley, police have arrested 3 persons in connection with Sunday's grenade attack in the busy Lal Chowk area of Srinagar. 4 civilians and 2 jawans of the Central Reserve Police Force were injured in the attack on the 2nd of February. Talking to AIR, DGP Dilbag Singh said the 3 youth, allegedly having links with the Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist outfit, have been arrested.
Jaish-e-Mohammed has started using local youth for terrorist activities like throwing grenades and using IDs. And police, during the course of investigation, found out that the handler from Pakistan gave a direction for throwing grenades in the crowded places in Srinagar city. Police identified all the 3 associates. 2 are from Pulwama and 1 from Shopian. All 3 of them have been arrested.
The arrested youth have been identified as Shakil Ahmad Band, Naveedul Latif Padru of Pulwama and Shamshad Manzoor of Shopian district. Shakil Ahmad Band is the nephew of former People's Democratic Party leader and three-time MLA from Pulwama, Mohammad Khalil Band, who resigned from the PDP and joined the National Conference last year. The 11th edition of the Deaf Expo, a flagship biennial event of the Ministry of Defence, will conclude today in Lucknow. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will preside over the valedictory session this afternoon. However, the Deaf Expo 2020 will remain open for the general public from today till tomorrow afternoon. A report.
This year's Defence Expo has emerged as one of the largest gathering of defence exhibitors and delegates, particularly in aerospace sector. While talking to AIR exclusively, Minister of State for Defence, Shripad Yasho Naik said that UP government had successfully organized the event and it emerged as best ever defence exhibition.
आज तक जो एक्सपो हुए है इससे सबसे बढ़िया अरेंजमेंट और संख्या में फॉरेन प्रतिनिधि जो यहाँ आए हुए उनकी संख्या में सभी तरह से हाईएस्ट लेवल पर पहुंचा है.
Speaking to AIR, Defence Secretary Dr. Ajay Kumar said that government is working on intellectual property rights and transfer of technology to boost the export of defence equipment.
हमारी कोशिश ये है कि हम अपने टेक्नोलॉजी को बढ़ावा दें, इनोवेशन को बढ़ावा दें और इस काम के लिए सभी तरह के स्टेक होल्डर्स को इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं, एकेडमिया को इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं, इंडस्ट्री को इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं और स्टार्टअप्स को इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं. और स्टार्टअप में जो नई एनर्जी और वाइब्रेंसी आई है उससे हमारे टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट में बहुत तरक्की हुई है.
Although the valedictory ceremony will take place today, but the Deaf Expo will remain open for general public till tomorrow afternoon. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
The Enforcement Directorate has moved the Delhi High Court challenging the bail granted to businessman Ratul Puri, nephew of Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Kamal Nath, by a trial court. The plea is listed for hearing before Justice Rajneesh Bhatnagar on February 10 in the Delhi High Court. The Enforcement Directorate in its plea stated that Ratul Puri has influenced witnesses and bail should not have been granted at least till the examination of prosecution witnesses is complete. In cricket, New Zealand was 64 for no loss in 11.4 overs against India in the second ODI at Eden Park in Auckland a short while ago. Earlier, Indian skipper Virat Kohli won the toss and elected to field against New Zealand. India made two changes, bringing in Navdeep Saini and Yuzvendra Chahal in place of Mohammad Shami and Kuldeep Yadav. Confident India faces stiff test against world champions Belgium at the FIH Pro League Hockey in their second round of the tournament starting in Bhubaneswar today. Belgium are currently leading the standings with 11 points from 4 games, while the Netherlands are placed second with 7 points from as many matches. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Anuja Kumar.
Thank you, Sanjay. Delhi goes to the polls today, and many newspapers have made it their lead headline. Addressing the people of the city, the Times of India writes, "It's over to you." The Hindustan Times reports, polling to be held from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. across 13,751 booths. All the papers highlight the pandemonium in the Lok Sabha yesterday. The Statesman writes, BJP Congress MPs nearly come to blows in Lok Sabha after Harshvardhan calls out Rahul Gandhi for comments against PM. Taking note of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Assam to celebrate the signing of the Bodo Accord, the Pioneer writes, "Come back, celebrate life," Modi tells insurgents. On the changes in the tax regime announced in the Union Budget, the Indian Express lead states expect 80% of individual taxpayers to move to new slab regime, says government. And finally, if you have been a victim of misleading ads promising magic remedies, here's some solace. The Tribune reports up to 5-year jail, 50 lakh rupees fine for fair skin, hair growth, magic cure ads. And with that, it's back to you, Sanjay.
Thank you, Anuja. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Voting begins for assembly elections in Delhi. Elaborate security arrangements in place for free and fair poll. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to hold talks with Sri Lankan Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa in New Delhi today. Government asks all 12 major ports to create screening and quarantine facilities for disembarking passengers and crew to prevent spread of novel coronavirus. 3 persons arrested in Jammu and Kashmir in connection with grenade attack in Lal Chowk area of Srinagar. And in cricket, New Zealand was 68 for no loss against India in the second ODI at Auckland. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.